Yo, this the truth between the beef between Lakey the Kid and Prodigy and Mobb Deep. Well, Prodigy versus Mobb Deep and Lakey the Kid. For those who didn't know, Lakey, Big Sherm, Sherm the Worm, they called him. You had Tough, Big Spank, Big Trevor, and man, most of these dudes ran with my cousin. You know, who moved to the East Coast. You know, he got it. You know, he locked up now for being, you know, one of them second cousins type things. You know, but he was what they would call a live dude. You know, he made things happen. He's somebody moving and shaking at all times. Anyway, by him being a mover and a shaker on the streets, Lake was known. But when Mobb Deep was coming out and they had Juvenile Hell, he was one of the main guys that was on there, that they put down on the album cover or whatever, and did what they had to do. So when this was like developing, nobody really saw a big problem with it. You know what I'm saying? So at this time, it was all love. P is not from Queensbridge. He's from Rockaway, Far Rockaway. So when he moved to Queensbridge, it's like he was a teenager, I think, at that time. So they look at it differently. You didn't grow up with these dudes, is how they look at it. These are Havoc people, you know, in the group. Havoc was the dude. So Havoc is straight QB. Now, all of this plays into a part later on down the line. In like 94, 95, right when the infamous album is coming out and they blowing, like Lakey called a case. You know, he had to go away to prison and get sentenced. He did 7 straight years. So while he's gone for all these years and stuff in prison, he missed all of the Tupac era, the Biggie era. All this came and went as far as the rise and fall of these two giants in the matter of span of that 7 years. So why he's like, wow, you know, like this is over already? It just got started. And hip hop at this time has generated itself to $1 billion business. And he looking at Mobb Deep as one of the top rap groups in the world. Nas is one of the top rappers in the world. And he's like, I know these little kids, man. These little dudes used to be up with me. They running things. Oh, I know when I get out, man, look, people, you know, they talking to dudes back home like, look, they ain't taking care of us. Man, when I get there, I'm going to put it all together. Don't worry, man. They finna all get down with me, man. Tell Hav to hit me up, man. So, you know, and they like, yo, we got you when you come home, man. Don't worry about it. You know, we got you. You know, how Hav is. So, anyway, Mobb Deep and Nas really wasn't speaking. They wasn't on, like, speaking terms for a while. Some little things happened and they wasn't really dealing with each other. So everybody was pretty much separate. They kind of joined Mega stance when he went up against Nas, Cormega and all them. So they kind of linked with him more going up against Nas. So Nas was basically standing on his own. And he was with his Brave Hearts and his crew. And that's who he rode with. And they didn't move the same. So when what's his name came home, Lake and all them, everybody was kind of separated and at odds. CNN didn't really vibe well with Mobb Deep no more, and you know, it was not listening to that. And then CNN and Mobb Deep doing their thing. Then you got Nas not really getting along with Nori and them no more. You know, things had changed. Everybody was kind of split. So what happened was Lake came back into the fold and brought people back together a little bit, because actually Nas and them actually got together before Lake really had anything to do with that. They kind of started like saying, man, this is stupid, you know, that we ain't cool like we used to be, and like it's like for what? So Nas ended up getting, they pushed the album of Murder Music back, so Nas eventually got back on the record. So that was kind of working itself out. But let's get back to the topic. Lake gets home, he put pressure on Nas. He got Havoc and, you know, and Hav and them, man, yo, man, what's going on? And he started, you know, getting cool with, you know, because the Lord and all them, they, you know, put pressure on Nas. So Nas is like, yo, you know, giving them verses and finna help him put his label out, and they like, yeah, we got Nas. Like, Nas is down with us, and that's what we need. Now, Mega feel a certain way, but he ain't gonna say nothing to Lake about it, but he feel betrayed because he like, man, me and this dude got odds. You know what he did to me. I done told you what he did to me. I came and saw you in the joint. This dude didn't come see you one day. But you with him now? But it was like, look, he in the industry. I need to get on. My dudes need to eat. We done linked up. This is what it is. So P and Prodigy and Havoc them, they back cool with them, and they was like, yo, what's up, P? Because P be over there a lot more than Havoc. And P out there in the hood, hey, what's up, man? Yo, man, we got you. And P out there hanging with them because of Mega and all them. He was like, man, these they guys. So, you know, I'm like, man, I'm going to help dude out. You know, he just got home. And he thinking like, this more soldiers on the street for me. And they got Murder Music coming out. Then, you know, and so everybody's like, man, this music, you know, this album about to jump. So they getting ready to release this album out, and Hav is still doing some mixing and stuff and whatever, so he wasn't really around that much. So they put what they did was he came and told him, he was like, man, we got an album release party coming out. This is the album release thing. I want all y'all come up there, here's some passes. Y'all all get up there. And he was, yo, man, we gonna roll with you. We just roll with y'all. He was like, we don't know when we coming. Y'all need to get there early so y'all can get in. So they went up there with this guy they called Noodles. Noodles was there, and he was like, yo, he even told him, man, we gonna get there early. He was like, man, we gonna get there when we get there. He's like, man, you heard what Pete said, man, we gotta get there early. He was like, man, look, we gonna get there when we get there. So they BS the whole day, thinking they can get there whenever they felt like it. So when they all decide to roll up there, they come 3-4 cars deep. Then he talking about some, yo, where them? They want to go in with P now. Because they was like, man, we can't get in. They was like, nah. The security told them, like, man, we have fire capacity. Like, we got backstage passes. He was like, it don't matter. We had capacity. Now those passes ain't no good. It's past a certain time. Those passes only good until this time. And he told them that. He's like, I told y'all to come early. Y'all didn't come early, so he told him, he was like, don't worry, I'm going to talk to him and get you in. He went and talked to him. The guy told him, look, we had fire hazard. We can't let nobody else in besides y'all. He's like, y'all can't let all these other people in. So he went out there and told him, look, bro, y'all can't get in. We had fire hazard capacity and all that. So they felt played. So they go and cook up this lie about, man, dude's car got stolen. All our cars got stolen. And he was like, stolen? So the next day and everything, you know, Pete, you know, Lake going off. I'm like, man, he had us come down there and he couldn't even get us in the club. Man, he had us out there like suckers. We out there 2-3 hours. So now he created this whole riff like, man, all our cars, my man's cars got robbed. All them cars got stolen. Immediately they go to stolen. And that's why he talked to him. He was like, man, let me talk to you, man. He's like, man, these dudes want to rob you, man. You know, I'm trying to keep them off your head, man, but these dudes want to rob you. He was like, what? So they ride in the car. And he's like, man, look, man, we're going to go back out there, man. I'm going to talk to him, but you got to talk to the guy, man. You know, his car got stolen. So, they talking to the dude. The dude is BS. And you know how somebody lying and somebody else's lie, and they want you to tell it and go along with the lie, so you don't even know how to answer it because it's a lie. So he was going like, man, dude, how's that my fault? He was like, your car, he's like, why would you say it's stolen? Why wouldn't you say it's towed? It's probably got towed. Did you even check? Oh, no, I didn't. Alright, thanks, man. You know, he just want to get out the lie because he just been told to go with this story, but your car got stolen. And then everybody else's cars got stolen. Who gonna steal 3 cars in a row? Even if the cars got towed, they ain't finna tow 3 cars in a row. Most thing you gonna get is a ticket. So he's still on this, going back, and man, these guys, man, you gotta give them something, man. Because, you know, they out here, you had him out there standing. He was, dude, I told you to get there. And in the meantime, he gets snuffed from the side. Poof. Sharon the Worm snuffed him. They stomping on him. Lake take his chain off his neck. And was like, I was taking your chain because I didn't want one of them to take it and run off with it. So I was protecting your jewels. And he tried to get people's off of him. No. What you doing, son? So he gets up. Meg and them stayed in the car. They didn't even move. One of his guys got out the car, and they made him get back in the ride. And then everybody else, they got up, he got back in the ride, and they drove off. And after they stomping him and all that and beating on him, he leaves, and he talking about, man, I gotta shoot that nigga. Man, I knew he set this up. He set it up and had his boys snuff me, man. So they was like, man, we gonna get you to the hospital. He's like, nah, man, just take me to the crib. I'm straight. So he go to the crib, and then he gets on the phone. He calls Mega because Mega was with him. He was, Mega, what's up with your boy, man? Dunn just hit me in the face, man. You know, Dunn just, man, he probably broke my nose. Man, I can't even breathe right now. Man, what was up with that, man? You told me your man was alright, man. He foul. You know what I'm saying? I don't even hang out with him because you wouldn't have to. You know, man's foul. So Mega would do the whole rundown and tell him, look, man, I'm going to talk to him, and I'm going to set up a face-to-face. Y'all talk and mash this whole thing out. So they talk, and he come up there, and Pete got a gun on him. You know, he come up there and talk to him. He was like, yo, I'm going up there. And when he went up there to talk to him, he had his pistol on him. And Littles wanted to come with him. He's like, nah, I got this. So he go down there, talk to him, because he was trying to show him, like, I ain't no punk. And then he had a black eye and all that. He go up there, talk to him. And when they talked, they told him, like, look, man, this is the situation. Dudes feel like you ain't even try to give them anything, man, on the paper or nothing, so they gonna come after you and do all this and that. So he was like, I could squash all this for them. He was like, man, I really ain't got that kind of money. We already over budget on our albums. You know what I'm saying? I can't give you money I don't have. There's no money in it. He was, man, you ain't got nothing. So he was like, look, man. He broke him off a few stacks. Like, keep that. You know what I'm saying? That was a few stacks. Now keep them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all I got. You know, we really over budget. We got to do shows to make our money. So right now, that's all we got because we was over budget. So we need to do this album. We need to get this done. But he was like, you making your album, right? He's like, I can give you a few bars. That's worth way more. It's worth way more than just me giving you a couple of grand. And he was like, bet, yeah, we bet, yeah, here's your chain, man, I'm gonna get it to you. I told you I wasn't trying to rob you, man. I ain't even on that, man. I'm on some business thing, man. I'm trying to bring people together. Man, I ain't on that. Then he saw Nas and everybody else, but Pete didn't come around no more. Basically after that, Pete knew, like, yeah, okay, this ain't right. gonna have to get up out this situation and get from around these dudes. But he wanted to show them that he wasn't scared. So that's why he came back up there to show them, like, I ain't no punk. And Nas then was up there. Nas was like, man, what happened to you? He was like, nothing, son. I'm good. You know, like, I'm all good. He ain't blame Nas for it. Like, damn, dude. He's like, but you still living the street life for? So they went in there and did, some songs for the QB album. So it was all love. And I was like, man, this is what's up. You know, that QB album was right. And Lake was like, that's what we trying to do. We trying to bring people together. We gonna bring QB back together, man. We gonna get CNN. We gonna get everybody back where they supposed to be. So once this happened, it led to a bigger problem because all of a sudden P was supposed to do some work with Lake and all them, and he wasn't answering. It was like, man, what's going on here with your man Lake? And he was like, what you talking about? He was like, man's ain't answering the phone. You know, he ain't trying to have nothing to do with anything. Like, what's going on with your man? He's supposed to be doing this. No answer. They called him again. No answer. And they was like, hold on. Football popping out. Now, they was like, man, again, no answer. Call him again. No answer. P wasn't answering his phone. So they was like, yo, Nas, you know, go talk to your mans and see if you can, you know, talk to the dude for a minute. And they talked to, they had Alchemist and Havoc talk to him, and you know, Littles and Nature and all these dudes who really wasn't even in the same clique. They ain't really vibe like that. But they all got together and said, look, let's go ahead and put this together and get right. You know, we're going to unify Queensbridge. So when they came in, did what they supposed to do, and what happened was, what happened after that? Prodigy came in, and he told Hab, like, look, I'm giving dude a verse, and that's it. I'm giving dude one verse, and I'm done. I ain't finna be on all of his album like that. Dude can't afford to keep me on there. You know what I'm saying? I gave him, that's basically $100,000 right there. So, which is true. Like, he's like, Have, how many verses you do? Have, like, we did one, Nas did one. He's like, alright then. You know, let these other young dudes, let them eat, let them shine. You know, all you need is the fact that Mobb Deep is on it. And to pay him back, you know, he wanted to produce one of the songs. So he was one of the producers on the song with Tragedy on it, the Get Back song. That was the one he produced himself. So that way it paid him back the money that he was losing off of the you know, with him breaking off bread. So that was them basically passing love back, like, okay, I'll give you a verse, I'll produce a track, you got my chain. Everything would have been love if P didn't go and start running off at the mouth. And that was the main problem, is because once he ran off at the mouth, that's when it got like disrespectful. Because P and them, they had made an agreement not to talk about the incident. You know, here's your chain, we finna do this, it's all good, everything's mended, there's no need to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So they was all cool, the incident was done, wasn't nobody really talking about it and all of this. But he wasn't dealing with Lake no more. And that's what he was. But instead of saying that, like, I ain't finna deal with Lake no more, he over here just being sideways about it. So he didn't appreciate that. And they looking like, dude, we saved your life. Dude, he really want to just get you. You know, they gonna rob you and pop you. You know, I was really holding you down. Lake was like, I was really trying to bring people together, but you know what? Forget dude. You know, like, it's, you know, it's whatever when we see them cats. And that was basically it, right then and there. So P ain't really talking with the whole Infamy album going down. Him and P really weren't on the same page like they used to be because of this thing with Lake. And he was like, look, man, Hav is telling them, they was like, man, you need to get from around that dude, man. Dude's a crab and all this. He was like, look, man, we, you know, we a group, we trying to do this and that, and the money ain't right. And that's what Hav's like, man, I'm trying to get the money right. And with P, the money definitely wasn't right, because he wasn't producing most of the songs. Havoc is producing, so he's getting his money on the back end. He still got checks coming in. P don't have no checks coming in. So that's why he wanted to do the album by himself and do the, I need to do HNIC. I need to do that. And when he dropped HNIC and was doing his own thing, Hav wasn't really speaking to him because of Lake. And Lake is like, you see, that's why he, you know, he trying to brush off and break off. And the reason why is because it's because of the Lake situation. And people didn't know, P and Hav wasn't really seeing eye to eye on the album, on the HNIC album. P wasn't, I mean, Hav wasn't really feeling it because he seen what happened in groups. Once the one guy goes solo, everybody been putting pressure on P to go solo for so long, and he been pushing it off like, no, I'm gonna stick with Hav. And Hav is like, man, you know, my man goes solo, I'm done, because Hav was supposed to put out his album. And he's like, man, I seen this happen with Tribe, you know, like Fife came out with his album, and then what happened with Fife, you know, then it's over, you know. And he was trying to make sure that didn't end, so he was trying not to produce and be all on Havoc's album, you know, I mean on P's album. He was like, look, if you do it, it's gonna be on you, you gonna stand alone, I ain't trying to be all over your album, I'll do a song. But he really wasn't supportive of the album at all. So it was all on P to make HNIC work. So when Infamy came around, like, okay, we're going to come back out with the Infamy album. It was really, they supposed to come with Hav's album. That didn't work out. Hav got, well, we'll say that for later. We don't want to get off topic. But when they came out with Infamy, and, you know, Lakey the Kid and all these dudes, they couldn't be around. And it was like, dude, what? He was like, man, I don't want those dudes around me. You know what I'm saying? That's what P was acting like. You know, keep these dudes away from me and this and that. And they got jumped by some dudes that was out there that took his chain, that was linked supposedly, allegedly, to Lakey them. And they was going out this chain again. So next thing you know, he went and recruited Jungle from Nas' crew, and they going after this random crew that's supposed to be cool with Lakey now and all them. And Lakey, like, allegedly, like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. And so Jungle's out there, they going to war trying to fight for P and all them, because they thinking everybody's still what it is. And then, you know, you got people like Littles and stuff, and they in the crew, and they dropping the mixtape with Bars and Hook, you know, and all them dudes. They over there on the mixtape, you know, just ripping into like Nas and everybody else, and P ain't saying nothing on the record. He just laughing, you know, like he with it. So that's when, you know, him and Nas, the situation wasn't like the way it should have been. And it's not like P dissed him, which he really didn't. He was just around people that was dissing him, and that took him out of the situation. But I don't want to go into that beef right now. Let's just stay with Late. So after 41st Side comes out, he started. It did okay. He made a couple of 100,000, almost 200,000 sold, and you know it's good for an independent album. So Late don't know how to run a company. So when Lakeside Entertainment comes out, you know, he has no real core to really do anything. He's really just trying to put out mixtapes and keep it going. The industry kept changing on him because he didn't know how to run the business, and he thought he could just keep extorting Nas to get it going, and Nas ain't doing nothing. Mobb Deep start falling off after the Infamy album, and Lakey is out there on his own, basically. So the only person he turned to was the person who was making his money independently, was Cormega. And he was like, Mega, yo, what's up, man? Look, this is happening to me, such and such, and all of this, and Mega's trying to tell him, like, you turned your back on me for them, but am I my brother's keeper? So that's why they came out with the album My Brother's Keeper and all this stuff. But to this day, you know, P put out on the mixtape, he started dissing Late, you know, on the mixtape. And then Late come out with Don't Do It. You know, and this is back in 06, you know, like 5 years after all this went down. Most of those dudes, Big Spank, rest in peace, Big Trevor locked up, Sherm doing Life, and all these dudes is gone. Tough, I think he doing Life. All these, they gone. You know, these dudes is in the system or dead. Half these people been shot, gone, all this nonsense going on over there. And it's a shame that fame, jealousy, money, envy, every hood there's no unity. Nobody unites and click up and stay clicked up. It's always somebody who can't respect another man, want to do his own thing. And that's where the most of this stuff comes to. You know, and Lakey's a real dude and all that, but it's like, come out of it your own way, do your own thing. And P, he should be doing his own thing. Shouldn't have put out that book. People are like, I love that book. That book is full of Prodigy sides of the story on everything. So it's like really tainted. You know, and sad enough, Prodigy seems to be the only rapper in the game that seems to get beat up. Like him and Youngberg, that's about the only person I know that's probably been beat up and punched on more than P in the industry. Lake went and signed with what's his name, Suge Knight, and that's when they had Death Row East. And Death Row East didn't get a chance to jump off in 06. You know, Suge was fighting to hold on to the label and keep some music out there. And, you know, he just like real dudes. It's the best soup I had in a long time. Well, I'm going to finish this and let y'all enjoy the video and get it out to you quick. It's been a minute, so I'll come back real soon because I got a lot more.